Spider, 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 Spider-Man. That's for you, Timothy Chalamet. Now on to your twin brother, Tom Holland. Tom Holland's Spider-Man has a brand new day movie coming out in July. So me and Detective thought, why not give y'all our top five Spider-Man villains and hope that one of these villains will be in the trailer coming out next week, supposedly. Now, Detective,
Yes, sir.
you were here when Spider-Man was created. Because I knew
I
what
was
you
not.
thought.
I was not.
When did Spider-Man come out again?
I don't know. Late 50s, early 60s.
Never mind. For some reason, I thought it was in the 70s. I was on the road for a second. All right. Well, before we before we start, like, subscribe, comment for more comic videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our honorable mentions. Detective is a guest, so he will go first.
All right. So honorable mentions for Spider-Man villains. I was stuck. Between Kingpin and the Spot. Kingpin started off as a Spider-Man villain, then kind of transitioned over to a Daredevil villain. But he's basically a villain of anyone who's in New York, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, but lately the Spot has really, Marvel's pushed him a little bit more. So there's more to know about him. We've seen him more in action.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how OP he really is. Coin toss.
So between
Kingpin
and
Kingpin.
Okay, I can take that. That sounds. I mean, I have Kingpin on my list as well. He's just not my honorable mention. My honorable mention is Mysterio. I've always thought the illusion making were cool. We were talking a little bit earlier, and I thought there was a time where his equipment got so advanced that you could actually smell his illusion. So a full Wolverine, like in that parallel universe, that old man Logan, he did have illusions that were that real to Logan that it even messed with his brain. I know he still has equipment that can dull your senses, and I'm sure then the illusions really, really kick in. He does have that, but I don't think he has that in the main universe where you can it's hard to differentiate between smell and stuff like that for Wolverine. But that's my number. That's my honorable mention because I think that ability is really, really cool. No one else has been able to replicate it. So if he could actually up his technology to be on like a level of mastermind or something, I'd like to see more of
him. Okay. My number 5 is Kraven the Hunter. And I know you're not the biggest fan of him, but I really like Kraven. We're talking about a guy with some enhancements, but he's not it's not like super soldier, Captain America type enhancements. But he's able to bang out with Spider-Man a lot through prep. But still, he puts his hands on Spider-Man. He has fought Captain America. He's defeated Black Panther. So Kraven is a formidable foe. And I forgot the name of the storyline, but remember, he caught Spider-Man and buried him alive. So, and then became Spider-Man himself, In the What If comic, he was going back and eating Spider-Man in the What If. So Kraven's got to be on that list, man. He's so dangerous. For me, he's got to be on there.
Not just that. I think maybe a year or two ago, he slacked around Deadpool for a while.
I thought that was his son.
I think that's him. I think this is a storyline after the son was gone. And this is Kraven. Oh, no, you might be right. I think the father, Kraven, actually came in after his son. You're right. I think you're right about that. I guess I consider them the same person. I don't know why
they look the same.
They're the same. They do the
Junior
same.
Junior is the only difference.
Yeah, I don't even like him as a character. But yeah, that makes sense. But Kraven's not a bad character. He's just not on my top 5. I just get tired of animal characters in Marvel, especially. What's your power? I can sniff you out for 4 miles. And I can also
that's a hell of a power. How can you hide from someone like that?
Easily. Always stay away from the 4-mile radius. Fly.
I mean, they can still in the case of Kraven and Wolverine, we're talking about the ultimate predators. They have enhanced vision. Their taste buds are enhanced. Obviously, their smell, the capacity to smell, is enhanced. It's hard to get away from someone like that.
That's true. I would just fly across the world. They wouldn't find me. But I understand that not a bad pick. My number 5 is the Jackal.
Okay.
The Jackal actually is the one who started off all that whole clone conspiracy thing, which I really don't like anymore. I used to, but now we have a clone conspiracy thing every 2 years. But that's where we got Ben Riley from. Kane, he was beating Spider-Man down for a little while. That whole storyline, the first one, is an iconic storyline, and he really wasn't even getting touched up until the end of that storyline. So I give it to him. And he's super smart on top of the enhancements he gave himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not mad at that, dude. Ben Riley replaced Peter Parker for a while as Spider-Man because Pete thought he was the clone. So, Jackal messed with Peter mentally for sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I think the last time I saw him actually was me personally was a Spider Island book, which I did not like. When they had the spider, when he was infecting all of New York with Spider-Man powers. I was like, what's your goal here, sir? What are we doing? It's like the lizard kind of thing. Everybody's going to be a lizard. Why? Well, why not? I don't like that kind of storyline.
All right. My number 4 is Dr. Octopus.
Okay.
And out of everything he's done to Spider-Man, the best thing was swapping bodies with him. Because Superior Spider-Man, I can't stand when heroes become edgy, but I really like that run of Superior Spider-Man. It showed just how powerful Spider-Man really is when he accidentally knocked off Scorpion's jaw. When he was arguing with Iron Man, and Hulk and Thor had to hold him back. And even they talked about how strong he was, you know. I love that run. And the fact that Pete wasn't dead and gone, he was like his conscience in the back of his mind. Like, I understand you want to use my power for this, but this is what you need to be doing. So give me Doc Ock at number 4.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a nice one. All right, my number 4 is Alistair Smythe. Alistair Smythe is just a punk kid who was raised by this old gangster, super old gangster that wore a suit all the time. Even in the show, I was like, yeah, you have no business being here.
I was going to ask you, did you just watch the show? Is that where that came from?
No, I read Alistair Smythe's appearances in the comic book, to me, aren't that much better than the show. You know, he got sick. I'm in a wheelchair. He's just a bratty kid, but I put him on the list because that's someone I always like to see. He came back in the Kingpin storyline last year when all the gangs were fighting for New York, and he's a smooth guy. After his father died, Spencer Smythe died. He's just a gangster now. He's just a gangster that looks weird, but he's a sophisticated gangster. Like, he has the suits on. I imagine he talks like the show, very dignified. And Spider-Man hasn't really, and they didn't really beat him last time. Kind of like, oh, okay, it's not working out. All right, I'll be back. Couple issues. He's just a gangster. So I always like to throw a regular gangster on the list because we're talking about superpower, super smart people, and he's smart, but he's not Spider-Man smart. He's just a gangster. Now, he started off having like when he started off, he had a lot of purpose. He was looking up to his father. His father was the old gangster. His father actually died a couple of times, came back to life. Just listen to that. Look how much money you got to have to do that. He was even like not above Kingpin, but like on the same level of Kingpin for a little bit. A little bit. Not as a villain, but as far as a hierarchy of gangsters. All right, we're just not going to do that. All right, fine. I got it. That's fine. But that's my number 4.
Okay. All right. It caught me off guard. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, he's down low for a reason. The top 3 are the top. My top 3 are they're solid. The bottom 2 are people that I really, really, really like.
Okay. All right. For me, number 3 is Morlun. People know he plucked out Spider-Man's eye, but they forget he actually killed Spider-Man. So not just Peter Parker, but Spider people, even Captain Universe Spider-Man. He absorbed him too. So Morlun is a monster, and I think he reinvigorated Spider-Man with it. He gave him a villain that he couldn't beat, unlike everyone else. He could figure out a way to do it, or he would just overpower them. But he couldn't prep for Morlun or anything else. So I really like Morlun, and he's my number 3.
I thought he was going to be higher on your list, honestly, because Morlun isn't to be messed with. He'll come down knowing you have 5 spider people right there. He'll just land down by himself in a nice suit and scarf and say, okay, let's get it. Throw hands. I love Morlun for that. Doesn't need much. He's just like, fine. I don't need anybody to help me. I'm stronger than all of them put together. We'll just do it.
Without the other inheritors. I don't even care about the other ones. I only care about him.
Just him. So yeah, Morlun is on my list as well. I love Morlun. My number 3, J. Jonah Jameson. He's been a villain. He's been a Spider-Man villain since, what do you say, he came in the 60s? Since the 60s. He's been a villain who has swayed public opinion negatively for Spider-Man for 30, let's say in that time, I don't know, 15 to 18 years he's been Spider-Man. He doesn't stop. It never stops. He's a professional hater. Professional. It doesn't matter if Spider-Man saves him once a week, maybe even twice a month. He just like, I'm not twice. That math is terrible. Even 6 times a month. Where I get that from? That's crazy. He's still like, yeah, well, he caused the problem. He can't cause the problem and then fix the problem. J. Jonah Jameson has swayed the public opinion negatively for the love of the game. He ain't even getting paid that much. It's just the love of the game. It's not the Daily Planet. He's like, man, my rent's due. People don't agree with me on this Spider-Man take. That's okay. All I need is a quarter of New York to be louder than the rest of New York and say they hate Spider-Man. That's what wakes me up in the morning. I don't need coffee. I need some Spider-Man hate. Anyone see Spider-Man? Yeah, he just saved a busload of kids. Yeah, well, maybe he should have helped fix the streets too. You know what? New headline: Spider-Man destroys the street. Come on. Number 3.
All right.
He's one of the most consistent villains ever.
While not a classic villain or a villain in the classic sense, he's definitely a Spider-Man op. I can't even argue with that. And he has been from like day one. My number 2 is Venom. When Venom first came out, he had everything you needed to beat Spider-Man. The symbiote hated Spider-Man. Eddie Brock hated Spider-Man. They merged together to become the ultimate hater. They were stronger than Spider-Man, faster, didn't alert his spider sense, knew everything about him, who Aunt May was, who Mary Jane was, his secret identity. He knew everything. He was the ultimate villain for Spider-Man. Not for anyone else, for Spider-Man. Yep. And he's number 2 on my list.
Yeah, and then he became one of my favorite characters. Not really Venom itself, but Eddie Brock became one of my favorite characters after a while. Because I was in 90, I think he was still kind of a villain, or at least an anti-hero. I think he became an anti-hero like in the early 90s, 93, 94.
He did right after that first interaction with Carnage. He started sliding towards lethal. The title of the book was Venom, Lethal Protector. So he became more like Punisher. Like, he was still killing people, but it was bad guys.
Yeah.
And eventually, you talk about a character arc from where he started to where he is now. He became a full-fledged hero eventually.
Yeah.
So, but I liked him better when he was just hunting Spider-Man. He was perfect.
Just for no reason. Just, I hate you enough where you have to die. And I'm like, I don't think he has to die. But
remember that Chappelle Show skit with the haters, the haters ball?
Yep.
Venom could have been a part of that.
Probably.
Hate. It should have been Venom.
I think the MCU kind of dropped the ball with that one too. While I like the first movie, I really wish, or they didn't drop the ball because they don't have the MCU. The MCU doesn't have the rights, but I think Sony dropped the ball. I think they should have given the rights of that character and all the rest of the villains to the MCU, and Marvel would have paid him. Marvel would have paid that.
That Venom movie, it could have been anyone, any monster in a suit, any blob. Without the Spider-Man symbol on his chest, who are you really?
Yeah.
Like,
and they made Eddie Brock start off immediately. There was no, he's never been, before he was Venom, he wasn't a horrible person. He wasn't a killer or somebody was robbing you. The storyline changed. Like I remember even in Spider-Man 3, they changed the storyline to make him just like a crooked guy, and Spider-Man just got on his nerves. And Peter Parker just got on his nerves. I was like, but in the real storyline, it had the Sin Eater was in there. They kind of took all that out. And then in the Sony verse, they just made him just a awkward guy that wasn't doing well. Oh, look, a spacesuit. I'm an alien suit. Hey. And let's just be stupid for 3 movies. The first one I did think was okay.
I didn't like any of them.
But the second one I thought was like a 1 out of 10.
Oh, the Carnage? Yes.
Yeah.
That's, mind you, I don't like any of those movies. But that Carnage one is by far the worst out of the 3.
Yeah, and it's like it was cool. Like Carnage when he's doing the tornado thing, it was killing everybody in the asylum. That was cool. But I'm like, well, I knew they're going to kill him off in one movie because of course, why not? Killed him off in one movie, killed Shriek off in one movie. The detective that becomes Toxin, at the end of the movie, you saw his eyes glowing with symbiote stuff. And then in the third one, off screen, it's like, he died. I'm like, what?
Just nothing.
And the third one, I give it like a 3 because that whole last 20 minutes of symbiote on the monster action, those monsters, I thought that was cool. That's it though. Everything else, I said, this is just plain old, I'm stupid and I'm doing stuff. That was all 3 movies.
On IMDb, I gave the first one a 5. I gave the second one a 1 because you can't go lower than a 1. Yeah. And I gave the third one a 3. I'm not a fan of any of them.
No. And then they used characters from the MCU, which always got on my nerves because you see Morbius had Vulture in it, another horrible movie. And then this one, they had the guy playing the lizard. So I was watching it with my eyes open. I said, oh, the guy that plays the lizards in here, maybe he'll be a lizard. No, they just chose the same actor. And then they chose who's the other guy? Who's a black dude with Strange? It's not Morlun, it's the other magician from the other sorcerer that's with Strange.
Brother Voodoo.
No. He's not. He's on black in the movies. He's white in the comic books. Chitwell Ejiofor plays him in the Doctor Strange.
Oh,
guy's name.
Mordo.
The guy that plays Mordo is like the major in the army the whole movie. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's Mordo. Maybe they bought some rights. No, it's just no. We just use the same actors. I'm like, damn, y'all couldn't give me a chance. Put me in there.
It's a different universe. It's not the MCU universe.
I just found that weird, though. I still found it kind of weird. I was like, okay, you're going to join these anytime soon? And then Venom dies in the third. I was like, oh, well, okay. That little tiny thing is still on the MCU.
The MCU, yep.
But, okay. I didn't expect that either. I said, that didn't make it any better. Noel being alive and not interacting with anyone, I think made it better because maybe by then they'll have the rights to bring in Noel as a big, huge Avengers villain. But yeah.
I don't know, man, because Sony's rebooting their entire universe. They're going to give it another try instead of, like you said, and I've been saying it for years, rent out those characters to Marvel.
Yeah,
the MCU will get you paid. Just rent them out.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to build something and establish something that you've already failed at horribly?
Yeah.
You failed at. Marvel's, especially lately, they've been kind of up and down, hit or miss, but they have this successful track record that's gotten them to this point. So just give it to Marvel, let them figure it out, and then you reap the benefits. Even if Marvel puts out a bad product, you still getting paid for it.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I would have been renting them out, and I would have taken just enough money to keep me afloat because Sony is falling. You know what I mean? It ain't terrible. They're not going to go bankrupt, but I mean, just up the price a little bit. But okay, so your number 2 was Venom?
Yes, sir.
My number 2 is Morlun. We've already pretty much discussed Morlun. Morlun's a badass. I like seeing. I wish I could see more of him. That's why I like Marvel a little bit more than DC, is because they like to give everybody a book eventually. Like when they had the Doctor Doom book, it's one of my favorite books when he was infamous Iron Man. I love that book. And with the Gold Goblin with Green Goblin with Norman Osborn, I really would love to have a Morlun book or the Inheritors book come out soon, something like that. Because I do like Morlun as a character, other than his physicals. Physicals are nasty anyway. Like he's fighting all the spiders at the same time.
I was gonna say it's not like he's fighting one Spider-Man. He's fighting. He wants all the smoke from all of them at once.
He lives for the smoke. Like that's. I struggled. I was going to make him my number one. I struggle with that, but
physically, he's got to be Colossus type strength to be able to beat up on Spider-Man like that. Spider-Men, Spider-People.
I think he's stronger than
Colossus. Females too.
I think he's stronger than Colossus.
He could be stronger. Absolutely.
Colossus is trash, so he is stronger than Colossus.
Stop.
Eventually, we're gonna do the top 5 X-Men because I can't wait to see Colossus on the number 5. For what? Colossus is number 99 out of 100 X-Men. Only thing behind him is Bird Beak Boy, the X-Men that just had the Bird Beak. His name's not Bird Beak Boy, but there was an X-Men. He was on part of the younger team, introduced like in the early 2000s. All he had was a big beak. He got enhanced by something later on, where he got buff and he had wings. But when he just started, for years it was just a beak.
It sounds made up. It sounds made up.
I can't remember his name. You don't remember him?
Is this a part of your book you're writing? Can you
seriously? Bird Beak X-Men. Seriously.
Did he say whenever he was in trouble?
His name is Beak.
Really?
Yes, his name is Beak. He was here. I'll show you after the video. Yeah, his name is Beak. He came in the early 2000s. When he first started, he just had a beak. That's it. That was it.
Cyclops says, "To me, my X-Men," and Beak says,
pretty much. I mean, but it was a really, really strong beak. If you get close to him, he'll beak you to death now.
All right.
Just like Eye-Boy. You know, Eye-Boy, I like Eye-Boy. Because if he gets enhanced, imagine if he actually unlocks his potential. You know, he can see everything for miles if he wants to on his eyes. What if he became a sniper or something? That'd be cool. I like the lower people in totem pole to build him up. The Colossus is just so low, I can't build him up. What you gonna do, Colossus? I can turn my body into armor.
I don't have to eat. I don't have to breathe.
What's gonna happen when I slap you in the mouth, Colossus? I'm gonna get knocked out. Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're gonna break your hand. Get out of here.
Anyone with above Spider-Man strength, even Spider, I got Spider-Man slapping him in the mouth and knocking him out. He's my number. He's like 99 out of 100. Should be 100 out of 100. But what's your number one?
I went chalk for my number one because he is Spider-Man's number one op, and it's the Green Goblin. From day one, I mean, if there's Spider-Man, there's Green Goblin. He knows everything about. He knows just as much as Venom knows about Spider-Man. And when we dig into clones, the fact that he cloned Gwen Stacy, then had kids with her, and sent his kids to kill Spider-Man. Norman Osborn
he was rough.
He's a different type of dude, man. And again, when people compare Green Goblin to Joker, because they're trying to make that comparison between Batman and Spider-Man, physically, Green Goblin is so much stronger than Batman and Joker combined. And grab a few more of Batman's rogues. His rogues are put together to fight a human. So Spider-Man's rogues have to meet him physically or mentally at that level. Green Goblin meets him mentally. He surpasses him mentally. Physically, he's just a step or two behind him. He might be more durable.
Yeah.
I mean, with the ass whoopings that Spider-Man puts on him and he takes it and walks it off, he might be more durable than Spider-Man. But his tech is very close to Batman's tech, maybe even Iron Man's tech. It seems simplistic, just a glider and pumpkin bombs, but those pumpkin bombs do different things. He's got missiles, he's got force fields, and he has his own version, a stronger version of the super soldier serum. Granted, it makes him crazy, but still, he's stronger than Captain America. Green Goblin is a monster, and he's the complete opposite of everything Spider-Man is. And that's what makes him, to me, his number one villain.
Yeah, I struggled. I was going to actually put him, where Alistair Smythe is, but the only reason I don't have Green Goblin on my list is because I like him better as a hero. I do. Like, I've been saying for a long time, really since I was a kid, I was like, why are Lex Luthor and Norman I know Osborn's evil. Obviously, he got a little crazy. But I was like, why are Lex Luthor and Norman Osborn some of the richest people in their universes and smartest people in the universes? Why are they so dumb when it comes to their villains? Why is it just like, hey, I just want to kill him? For what? You're rich. Find out a way, have a conversation. You're rich. You can understand the person you're going against. Again, Goblin has an excuse because he's mentally ill. But when they fixed him and maybe like I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, when they fixed Norman Osborn's brain or got the Goblin crazy stuff out of him, and he still had the physicals. Even before that, when he was building the Iron Man suits in the Utopian X-Men Utopia era, Norman Osborn nothing to play with at all.
And I because I'm focused on Spider-Man, I forgot Norman Osborn ran the Dark Avengers.
Yeah,
he turned Shield in a hammer.
It was putting hands on mutants.
Huh?
It was putting hands on mutants. Didn't care about your power.
He battled X-Man, Nate Gray mentally. Mentally, Norman Osborn is a monster, dude. He really is. As a matter of fact, it was 1v1 Nate Gray and Norman Osborn mentally until the Green Goblin persona joined in. Like, it's, for me, again, just with Spider-Man, he's number one. But he's a worldwide threat, ultimately, through manipulations, through his reach, his global reach, and his intellect. He manipulated American society more than Trump did. He took Iron Man's suit, who is known as one of the leaders of Avengers, and painted it Captain America's color. Yeah. What type of manipulation is that? Then he said, you know what? Venom, you are now my new Spider-Man. Dakin, you're now my new Wolverine. Meteorite, you are now my new Carol Danvers. You're Captain Marvel. He took all these villains and made them heroes. Bullseye, guess what? You're Hawkeye now. He's so manipulative and so sneaky. And this is on a wider scale. So imagine what Spider-Man has to go through when he narrows down his vision to just Spider-Man. You know, to me, he's Spider-Man's most dangerous villain.
He's one of the best villains in Marvel, and anyway, like he wasn't on my top 5, but you can't be mad if someone's top 5. I just like when the smart villains decide to say, "Oh, what am I going after him for? He's actually really good for humanity. I can just do my thing over here." I like Norman Osborn as a Gold Goblin, because I got tired of just seeing him go back and forth. He had more of a reason than Lex. Lex had no reason. After a while, I'm like, Lex, come on, you live here too. Let's. And I like what DC was doing with him. DC making Lex like an anti-hero and say, okay, I'm not gonna go after Superman. I'm not gonna do evil stuff. Probably gonna kill a few bad guys. That's okay. I like that kind of stuff. So that's why he's not on my list, but he should be. If I'm being unbiased, he should be on everybody's list. My number one is Carnage, because Carnage is, to me, what the Joker would like to be. Somebody with an actual purpose. If I'm going through the last couple of Joker books, I got tired of seeing Joker. If I'm doing a comparison, I got tired of seeing him because it's like I'm coming back because I'm in love with Batman, so I'm going to kill a couple dozen people, get his attention, and then I'll just get away. I kind of got tired of that dynamic. Carnage didn't really have that. Carnage didn't care about Spider-Man. He would just go to a random town and just his powers keep growing. He'll just manipulate the whole town, put a little bit of himself in everyone in the town, like he did. I think it was like Texas, a whole storyline, Carnage USA. He's like, yeah, this is going to be this is my town now. It's town Carnage. Or when Eddie Brock and a scientist, a couple other people had to go in and get him when he got more powerful with I think it was Cthulhu, the Cthulhu book. I was like, Carnage doesn't care about anybody in particular. The last book, Carnage by himself, just the symbiote itself, went to Asgard and was putting hands on people in Asgard. He put hands on Malekith, who was Malekith is Thor level strength. Carnage does not care, and Carnage keeps progressing. He does not stop progressing. It just keeps going. I was like, so I love villains that get stronger and stronger and stronger. And his purpose was for a while just to get as strong as he can. I think the last time they gave him something where he wanted to be like king of whatever, not king in black, but whatever. And he's so strong now that he's with Eddie Brock, and he's damn near taking control over the little shared mind that they have. Carnage does not play any games, and he's one of the few symbiotes that before these last couple symbiote events, he didn't need a host. Just walk around chilling. When Cletus Cassidy got ripped in half by the Sentry, what did Carnage do? All right, I'll just chill for a little while. Eventually, I'll figure out what I want to do and just figured out something else to do. He's that strong. Even with his symbiote bond, I think it was like immediate where him and Cletus Cassidy had like the best symbiote bond ever. To the point, I think that their bond was like actually 50-50 for a while.
I don't know. I thought Cletus dominated. Just I don't know.
I think they had.
I thought the person can control the actions of the symbiote. Like if you're a good person, the symbiote will be good. If you're a bad person, the symbiote will be bad. And he was just so evil, he turned that symbiote evil, is what I thought, but I could be completely wrong.
Cletus Cassidy initially, but now that he's been walking around by himself and he's been attached to people that are good, he's just like, I'm Carnage. I'm doing my own thing. I like it that he does his own thing. He just is a walking suit, doesn't need anybody really. So that's my number one.
All right.
So there you have it. You have our top 5 and honorable mentions for Spider-Man, top 5 villains, detective. If they want to follow you on social media, where can they follow you?
You can actually follow me on TikTok as The Comic Detective. You can follow me on Instagram as The Comic Detective. And sooner or later, you'll be able to find me on YouTube as The Comic Detective.
All right. And you can find us on Minor League Films on all platforms, MLF Shorts on TikTok and YouTube, and Corona Comics on TikTok. We will catch y'all next time.